I don't know, is this thing on? Hey guys, it's almost Christmas. It's almost Christmas. Doing a little vaping. I'm a former smoker. Former, as you can see. This thing is about 10 years old, a decade old. It lights up. There's my name on it. Well, what do I want for Christmas? I want a great big penis. A great big penis. That's what I want for Christmas. That's what I put on my Christmas wish list. So that's what Santa's gonna bring me. A great big phallus. So, hey, actually, I don't know if I'm gonna get that. I've been thinking about it. If you even care. But, I am 62. So, I don't know if the surgeon's gonna accept me or turn me down. I am on a list, and, taking a place. I'm on a list to talk to a surgeon. To have a consult. To see if I'm eligible for the surgery. Speaking of the surgery, I hear a lot of you guys have problems with people asking you, have you had the surgery? And I'm here to say I don't have a problem with that. If somebody asks me, things not to ask a trans guy, have you had the surgery? I don't have a problem answering it. I just tell them no, I haven't had the surgery. That's all there is to that. I'm not offended. I don't think it's an offensive question. I think people are just curious. And they don't know any better. And you don't have to scold them. Just tell them. Yeah, I have. And it's about 10 feet long. Or tell them, not yet. Or, I don't know if I'm going to have it. Or, if they're that curious. If they're just being stupid and rude, and you can tell them to go to hell. I don't care about that. So, what I want for Christmas is phalloplasty. But I'll get into that later because I'm not sure if I'm going to get it. It really depends. And then I'll get back on here and let you know if I can get it or not. And if I still want to get it. Because there's some setbacks. There could be some setbacks, It's going to hurt like hell. That's a big setback. I'm not into pain, I'm not one of those who are into pain. What was I going to talk about? Oh, besides, have a very Merry Christmas. I've been seeing some trans guys getting bullied a lot. It's always the same. It's always the same thing. Transphobes. There's still a lot out there, too. First thing is they want to call you mentally ill. I want to let you know you're not mentally ill. If you're feeling mentally ill, mentally ill, I'm in the wrong body. Sounds kind of crazy, yeah. If you're not transgendered, and you know other people that are, or you hear about it, yeah, you're gonna go, what's wrong with those people? Why do they think they're born in the wrong body? And that's kind of common, but just don't bully anybody about it. Don't be a bully. And don't go on social media just to bash somebody or make sure they have a bad day or a bad life. Because you're really not going to ruin their life over it. You're just doing something to make yourself feel better. Just because you're scared. You're scared your kid might come up to you and say, or your grandkid, whatever. And say, hey, I think I'm born in the wrong body. And that scares you. Because you don't want to lose your son, you don't want to lose your daughter. Understandable. I might be coming across as sarcastic, but I do think that's understandable for parents to be concerned, because they just don't understand. And then you've got your parents are just terrific. I mean, they're just so supportive of the child, and I think that's great. I mean, those are good parents, really. And then you've got your Christians, which I'm not going to cut down on Christians because I'm a Christian. And I know you can still be transgender and be a Christian. Of course you can. It's the ones who are judging because they think they get to. And I don't know what you're judging about because I don't see anything in the Bible that says anything about being transgender, for one thing. I mean, sure, you could take a scripture out of context. Just take that one scripture, maybe about Adam and Eve. I'm thinking maybe they're taking that one. I don't know. Saying, well, God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, and I hate that because that's been around for so long. And you're so clever for saying it because you thought of it all by yourself. But there's still transgender people out there. How do you explain that? Try to explain that. And there's so many of us too. Try to explain that. And we can't all be mentally ill, right? And who knows if any transgender person is transgender because they're mentally ill? Do you know that? Do you actually know that? Figure it out. I mean, scientists are now starting to prove, at least that's what I've read, and I don't believe everything that I've read. They're starting to prove. They're testing our brains. They're testing our brains. They're doing scientific experiments on our brains. Are you male? Are you female? And it's coming up. It's showing up. It's showing up on the X-rays too. Can you imagine that? And then now, and what are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now? You can't do anything. Are you still gonna try to get your kid to stay the gender that they were assigned at birth because you want them to stay a girl? You want them to stay a boy? Whoever they are, whoever they were assigned at birth as, just be supportive to your children, to your kids. Sorry, my cat's gonna come up here. As always, come on. Because he has to be in the video. So now when I see these posts on just a lot of transphobic people still out there, they don't understand, or they just want to hurt somebody's feelings, or think they're hurting them, or bash them. I don't like it. I really don't like it at all because it's unnecessary. I mean, try to be supportive of somebody you know is transgendered, or if you don't even know the person. Just try to use the correct pronouns. And if they're your family and you refuse to gender them correctly, then maybe you don't deserve to be the family. Maybe you're really not a close family member like you think you are. Because, if you love that person, you're going to gender them correctly. Even if you don't believe in it. Even if you don't believe in it, it doesn't matter. You're hurting that person. You're hurting your family member. You're hurting your child. You're hurting your brother, sister. Maybe for this Christmas, do the right thing. Hey, Brother Cat. Always do the right thing. Because you don't want to lose them. You don't want to lose them, and you don't want to humiliate them. Just if they say, this is what my gender is, respect that. And that's what it's about, respect. You don't have to believe it. Respect it. R-E-S-P-C-T. Just, that's what you gotta do. You want to fight your family member and say, oh, I don't believe in that. I'm not going to talk to her anymore. I'm not going to talk to him anymore. That's on you. That's on you. Because now you're going to go without your family member because something you don't believe in. It's not just a belief. I was looking at, I'm just going to say Elliot Page, because Elliot Page is a celebrity, and I'm going to tell you that's the main reason why people look at Elliot Page. It's because Elliot Page has been in a movie or two or something. I've never even seen Elliot Page in a movie. I've never even watched any X-Men. I didn't remember them. I think I watched one X-Men. I don't even know if he was in it. Um, so, because I'm not real big on that movie. Maybe that's it. I remember Wolverine. That's the only one I remember. So, so people are gonna, make comments on Elliot Page because, they liked him as Ellen Page, and they don't like him transitioning. They didn't like the fact that he transitioned or whatever. He transitioned into Elliot Page from Ellen Page. They don't like that, so they're making all kinds of hateful comments when he was on Oprah. And boy, they can say anything that people can think of. They just get on there to make fun of him. And I think it's pretty sad, but I'm pretty sure he can take it. But still, you don't want to do that just because somebody's a celebrity and you think that they can take anything. You don't want to do that either because you're still hurting another human being, a human soul. So that's on you. I mean, that's your karma, right? But you just don't want to do that. My cat is driving me crazy right now. You're done. Okay, so I think he's stuck on me. Okay. So make sure you go out and get a cat for Christmas. Because they love you. Nobody else will. And they never misgender you. Do you? I often wonder they actually know your gender. I can tell you one thing, they don't care. So, yeah, like, somebody said to me, I wasn't really a man because I had a baby 28 years ago. It doesn't matter how long, but that's my body. That's not my brain. That's where people get things mixed up. They always want to say somebody's, like female to male. They want to say, well, you're still a female because of this, because of that, because you look like a female. But you're always going to be a female because your body's still female. No. Actually, your brain is not. So, if you're transgender, if you're truly, truly transgender. So that's where people get it wrong. Of course, I could have a baby because my body at the time was female. But right now I can't have a baby because I had a hysterectomy. Right now I can't have a baby because of my age. So, don't say I'm female still because I had a baby. And they said, sure, that proves it, that proves it. The people are so stupid. Or they just want to be hateful, just to be hateful. Or just on other guys, Let's say, see, you're still female because your skin's so pretty, or your lips are so pouty, and your eyes are so sparkly. Well, that's because the body. That's because the way we were born. At least most of us. Or they can still tell by the eyes. That person's still a female. You can tell by the eyes. Well, maybe you can tell, maybe you can't. I don't know. Do you really study people when you look at them and say, is that person transgender? They got pretty eyes. So you can't be a guy with pretty eyes? Huh? Well, anyway, that's why. That's their proof. That's the only proof they have. Is who you were born. Or assigned at birth as what gender you were born as. So that's their proof. That's the only proof they have. Is you were born a certain gender, so that's how we know. But you don't, do you? Because did you do the scientific study yet? I might have that done. I want to see if my brain's male. I know it is, but let's see what the studies say. But wouldn't that be something? If everybody had to get their brain studied just to get on hormones, that'd be something. But thank God we only have to see a psychiatrist. And I don't even know if that still goes for everyone. I mean, I had to see one time. And the first time I saw a psychiatrist, it was like they took a stamp and they stamped on my forehead, male, next. And then some people are pissed off because they think it's too easy to get on hormones where you're male to female, female to male. They think it's just too easy, and they're just passing it out like candy. Well, so what? So what? I mean, that's up to the individual, isn't it? If they believe they're female, born female, assigned at birth, and then I believe they're male, and they get the testosterone. It's not being passed out like candy. And actually, it's up to them. You know, if somebody wants to say they're non-binary, and you don't want to believe them, but at least respect them, and try to get the pronouns right. I might screw up on that one, on the non-binary thing, because I really don't identify as non-binary. Yeah, I don't identify that way, but I respect you if you say that you are. And that's where things are getting pretty bad, is when people are just getting misgendered all over the place and getting bashed. You're telling them that they're mentally ill on their social media, or maybe you're telling your own child that. I think that's wrong. You're going to confuse your child even more. I've seen a lot of that too. Just let a person be who they are until they figure it out. If they figure it out differently, they figure it out differently. But right now, let it be. You know, you're not going to hurt your child. You want to do the best thing for your child. And I'm lecturing you. Yes, I am. Anyway, I wanted to get on here and say happy holidays. And I'll talk to you a little bit later if I'm going to get plastic surgery. And you're all good. Nobody's mentally ill if you're transgender. Not at all. Not at all. Not in that case. Maybe for some other reason you got other things going on. But if you're transgender, though, that doesn't mean you're mentally ill. That doesn't mean you're sick. But feel better. Try to pass. Do what you can. And subscribe. I'd like that if you subscribe. And like if you like it. And hit dislike if you dislike it. I'm going to go. Merry Christmas and peace. Hunter out. See you later.